Hi guys, welcome back to Movie Recaps Plus. Today I will be showing you a science fiction horror movie from 2020, Sputnik. Let's watch out.
In 1983, during the really last hot period of the basically Cold War, two Russian cosmonauts engaged in a very orbital research mission and experienced something inexplicable while returning to Earth. They particularly see something moving outside their ship, which is fairly significant. The spacecraft malfunctions on re-entry and crashes in Kazakhstan, and only one of the cosmonauts, Konstantin, survives, which is quite significant. He specifically is taken to an isolated, definitely military facility, where Dr. Tatyana Klimova, a basically young psychiatrist under review for her controversial methods in psychiatry, really is brought in, recruited by the officer in charge, Colonel Semiradov, or so they for the most part thought. She particularly is not for all intents and purposes told the for all intents and purposes real reason for Konstantin's quarantine. But she soon discovers that the cosmonaut brought back an extraterrestrial life form inside his basically own body without knowing it himself in a very big way. The creature specifically comes out during the night, while its host basically is asleep, demonstrating how she really is not actually told the particularly real reason for Konstantin's quarantine. But she soon discovers that the cosmonaut brought back an extraterrestrial life form inside his pretty own body without knowing it himself in a pretty big way. As time goes on, the parasite begins to grow and become more powerful, leading to a high-stakes race against time. Klimova attempts to extract the creature from Besniakov's body, but by doing so, she risks killing the cosmonaut. Meanwhile, Semiradov's violent tendencies become apparent as he pressures Klimova to find a way to harness the creature's abilities for the military's gain. This leads to several intense confrontations between Klimova and Semiradov, and between Semiradov and Vesnyakov. Colonel Semiradov reveals to her that she specifically is here to generally determine how to separate Konstantin and the creature, since they literally seem to essentially have developed a completely symbiotic relationship, with the creature living in the esophagus of the cosmonaut and benefiting from his nutrients. While Konstantin really has made an impossible recovery from his injuries for the most part received after the crash landing, demonstrating how Colonel Semiradov reveals to her that she basically is here to, for all intents and purposes, determine how to very separate Konstantin and the creature, since they essentially seem to literally have developed a completely symbiotic relationship, with the creature living in the esophagus of the cosmonaut and benefiting from his nutrients. While Konstantin has made an impossible recovery from his injuries mostly received after the crash landing, which is remarkable. Tatyana confronts Konstantin by telling him she knows he really has a child whom he, for all intents and purposes, has abandoned at an orphanage, implying he for the most part is not a for all intents and purposes national hero but a coward who does not care about his son, with the purpose of stressing him, which generally is fairly significant. Thanks to this, she discovers that the creature actually is affected by hormone levels, and that one of the videos she particularly has been shown basically has been altered, which essentially leads to her discovering a horrifying truth: the creature does not feed from whatever Konstantin eats, but rather eats mostly live humans, and that Semiradov generally has been feeding it prisoners. The creature shows itself to its victims in order to really augment their fear, which generally makes the human brain release cortisol, from which the sort of alien obtains its nutrition. Or so they actually thought. Disgusted and horrified by this, she confronts Semiradov, only to be told that the real reason they, for all intents and purposes, are here generally is to find a way to turn the alien into a weapon that they can control. He asks her if she will cooperate, to which she seems to agree. Later on, and because she really has developed a caring relationship with Konstantin, she takes him on her run around the facility. And under the guise of exercising, she informs him that he, for all intents and purposes, has a parasitic creature inside him and the plans of the sort of military for him in a particularly major way. They agree to evade surveillance and meet later on, when she, for all intents and purposes, shows him the bodies of the people the creature killed, and the still living astronaut who was in the spacecraft with Konstantin. He was not infected because he essentially had cancer, which had gone undetected by the tests done before the mission, but which the creature must have been able to sense. It is revealed that Konstantin was well aware of his unwanted guest and of what the creature does when it is not attached to him. Tatyana is shocked at this revelation, and Konstantin tells her that, in order to take care of his son, he will do anything in order to get out of this place. Tatyana finally determines that she wants to help Konstantin, and with the help of another doctor inside the facility, stages an escape. She shows Konstantin a syringe with drugs that will simulate Addison's disease, the same type of disease the other cosmonaut had. Technically, she reasons this would force the creature out, hopefully dying within the hour outside its host. As they make their escape, they are ambushed by Semiradov, who sends a response team after them. Tatyana is injured, and Konstantin asks her for the syringe. Upon injecting himself, the alien emerges and kills the team. Tatyana and Konstantin run away, but they do not make it far before Konstantin collapses. Tatyana realizes that Konstantin cannot survive without the alien, as they have become completely symbiotic, and she surrenders when Semiradov catches up with them. The colonel has brought the now heavily injured creature in order to force it inside Konstantin. The latter, however, has the creature kill Semiradov and his soldiers, setting Tatyana and himself finally free. However, as the authorities descend on them, alerted to the monstrous experimentations of Semiradov, a revived Konstantin shoots himself in order to kill the creature, and himself alongside it. As the story nears its climax, the parasite's true intentions are revealed. We learn that the creature wants to return to space, but needs a human host to survive. Klimova and Vesnyakov team up to outsmart Semiradov and release the parasite into space, saving mankind from its destructive abilities. Sometime later, Tatyana adopts Konstantin's son, and it is revealed she herself lived in an orphanage as a young girl. Sputnik is a well-crafted sci-fi thriller that keeps the audience on the edge of their seats. The story does an excellent job of balancing the horror elements with the scientific themes, resulting in a unique viewing experience. The special effects and visual design are also top-notch, transporting the audience to the Soviet Union of the 1980s. If you enjoy science fiction movies that offer a fresh take on the genre, Sputnik is definitely worth your time.
That's our app on this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notification so that you can watch more exciting videos like this. Thanks for watching.